Tomorrow at Thursday night, it is time for Conference League again. I'm never going to get used by mentioning that we're playing in the Conference League. Traveling to Greece to play Panathinaikos, and in our first game in Conference League, which was a few weeks ago, Ghent was traveling to the bridge and we managed to smash them 4-2, where we had fantastic performances from the likes of Nkunku, Renato Veiga, Pedro Neto, and even Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. They all were on the score sheet, and of course there were other great performances in that match as well. And Pedro Neto and Nkunku, they had such a good performance that I thought they were going to maybe break into our starting team that we use in Premier League. They haven't done so yet, but for me they are very, very close, because Nkunku is just too good to be a squad and rotational player, and the same goes for Pedro Neto. So if they continue rocking up fantastic performances, I'm sure they're gonna claim a first team spot in and play in the Premier League. Because we know Maresca is using this sort of meritocracy, where depending on how you train and play, depending on your performances, you're going to get game time. It doesn't matter if you are called Nicholas Jackson, Nkunku, João Felix or whatever. And I really like that, because that forces the player to push themselves and earn that spot. So for me, Nkunku Pedro Neto is really close to earning one of those spots, and some other players potentially as well. And in this match preview, I mainly want to talk about Mikhail Mudryk, because when I watch him play for Ukraine in the national break and in the Euro qualifiers, under the Euros as well, he often is consistent and playing good. And I'm watching highlights back when he was a player for Shakhtar Donetsk. The guy had massive confidence. He was absolutely smashing it in the Champions League group games, by rocking up 5 points, man of the matches, consistent performances. And ever since we purchased him, he kinda hasn't developed in that way we fans and Chelsea expect him to do. He has sort of stagnated a little bit. I mean, he has developed a little bit, but not as fast as we wish him to do. And there could be plenty of reasons for it. Maresca, as mentioned, it's not due to confidence. He needs to understand more what he needs to do out there on the pitch. He needs to be more coached and developed. And I think I can understand it. I think that is right, half right from Maresca. I think he needs to develop his intelligence and tactical understanding and etc. out there on the pitch. But I also think he has lacked a bit of confidence. Some Chelsea fans have gave up on Mudryk. I have some games I feel like I'm giving up on him, and some other games when I'm seeing those flashes of moment, those flashes of brilliance, the half part of me still believes in Mudryk. But he needs to take the opportunities he's getting now. But he's also going to need help from the coach to develop him further and help him. Because I honestly think if we manage to polish Mudryk, develop him further, that he absolutely know what he's gonna do there out on pitch tactically and understand his role, that he learns to control his pace in the right moments and being brave in certain situations, I definitely think Mudryk has a very, very high ceiling, massive potential. The question just is, will he get there? Like, can we be sure he's gonna get there? For how long can we be patient? Playing and having Conference League is perfect for giving these younger guys opportunities. And they will actually get those regular minutes, both in cup competition, in Conference League, and if they're performing well, they may be getting a few minutes in Premier League as well to show something. Because if we were to have Champions League now, even Europa League, they wouldn't have gotten that much game time. Of course, we want Champions League, I want that, but we can only do what's in front of us. We have Conference League in front of us, and I think it's just fantastic in our favor to develop the younger guys and the guys that need game time like Mudryk. This is for me going to be Mudryk's Conference League arc. In this competition, he has the opportunity to show what he can really do and to develop. Shouldn't have that much pressure when he plays in Conference League. I mean, the teams we're playing in the Conference League games is far beyond the levels of the likes in Premier League. He's just so fast. He can literally stand still and accelerate past players with ease. I mean, how many players can do this in the modern football? And he's fantastic first touch, ball control. He can take on players. He can cut inside. He can move into those central lanes. He can also go past the opposition with his left foot and put in an accurate cross with his left foot. He has got a few assists by doing so and creating opportunities by doing so. Of course, we're going to start with Jorgensen in goal, who is a Conference League and Cup goalkeeper, and he has been reliable and solid for us. And in the backline, I'm going to make a little change here. I would actually like to try and have Tosin as the wide centre back, who is sort of a right back when we're defending. And I will have the Sassi and Barashili in the middle with Renato Veiga as the left back. And why I want this is because I would like to try and see how the Sassi performs in the middle. He's getting the French connection with Barashili, but if I'm gonna be honest, it's a pretty shaky French connection we have there. They can also give you heart attacks. Then I would like to see how Tosin performs out wide, because he was shaky being utilized as that middle centre back against Liverpool. And Renato Veiga as a left back will be inverting into the midfield, and I will actually have him next to Enzo Fernandez. I want to start Enzo Fernandez in a more deeper role, and I want to see how he performs there, because I think as a deep lying playmaker we will get much more out of him, and he will have strong protection around him with 3 centre backs and a physical, tall, big Renato Veiga. Let me know what you think about this. Casadei could start as well. I wouldn't be against it, but I see this as a good opportunity to try something out. And one of the guys in the pivot is going also to be Kieran Dewsbury Hall, but he's joining up in the half spaces as he did for Maresca when he was at Leicester City. Then of course João Felix will occupy the other half space, and it's going to be good to see him getting minutes too. And as my wide wingers, we're going to have Pedro Neto on the right hand side, and I will have Mudryk on the left hand side. His Conference League arc has begun, and I want him to continue and improving. I want to see really good performance from him. Pedro Neto, as we spoke about, really close, breaking into the first 11 that we utilized in Premier League, and the same goes for Nkunku, and he starts up front for me. I mean, he's simply just too good for being a rotational player. The same goes for a lot of these guys. It's in their hands to prove why they deserve to be in our Premier League 11, and Nkunku is in stunning form. He's the player to watch out for. He is X factor in this Conference League squad, and he's bagging in goals so far, and I'm very confident he's going to continue to do so. So let me know what you think of this predicted lineup, and it would be very interesting to see if we get to see a couple of academy guys getting some minutes from the bench. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't know too much about Panathinaikos. I looked up at their lineup, and the only player I'm familiar with is the former United player Pelestri. The rest of the guys, I have no idea, and they look, in terms of just looking from the results and stats, which isn't everything, but it looks like they are a defensive solid team, and they have picked up decent results lately, but in the Greece league they are actually in 6th place, so they're not performing that well in the league. We should not underestimate whatsoever, because if you do that you can lose against any side. In terms of my score prediction, we should be able to get a job done here, even if we're rotating basically the whole 11. I guess we're gonna get a 2-0 simple win. We should get the job done. Let me know what you think of Enzo Fernandez playing as a deep line playmaker in a deeper position in Maresca's system, and also let me know if you have gave up on Mudryk or if you think he will reach his potential if we're just being more patient, and I will happily read that in the comments down below when CFCexplained is out. Bye!